going on, folks? Welcome back. So yeah, are you gonna buy this bike? Thinking about it? This video is for you. So first things first, I've had this bike over just a little bit over 2 months. Put 4,000 plus miles on it already. Did a lot of commuting and just riding in general. So just wanted to share my thoughts if you're ever considering buying / purchasing this motorcycle. First things first, what deters a lot of people is the maintenance, right? Ducatis are known to be maintenance heavy, maintenance oriented, and that you'll never get a chance to even ride the bike. By the time you do, the season's over. That may be true for the past Ducatis. Granted, I've never owned anything. It's my first Ducati, so that may be true for the past. However, I can speak for this one. This Ducati, they've come a long way, in my opinion, because they are now owned by Audi Group, and a lot of their technology is transferred over to this model, this particular model, the Ducati Panigale V4S, and the as well as the other models. So in particular, we're going to be focusing on this one. So yeah, just to bust that myth, man, they've really come a long way in terms of reliability. Ducati service interval, as per the manual, is roughly 7,000 mile oil change service interval, and then the desmodromic valve adjust, valve check will be somewhere close to the 15,000 mile mark. What that entails is pretty much very extensive maintenance, where the technicians or yourself will be opening up the bike and measuring the valves, make sure they're within tolerances. Pretty much the whole bike is going to be opened up top to bottom. All the gaskets, valve adjustments will be made, oil change. Already got a quote on that. And the dealer, our local dealer, quoted me $1,500. Now think about that real quick. If you think about it in the grand scheme of things, you space it out, it's not that bad. You save up a couple bucks here and there, and you'll be able to afford it. If you can afford this bike retails $28,695 US at the time of this video. 2021 V4S. $28,695. If you can afford that, in my opinion, you can afford the maintenance. It's not a problem. This bike is the easiest I've had to oil change. All you gotta do is pop off the lower fairing bolts. The lower fairing comes off, and boom, you're changing the oil. You do have to have a few bolts so you can pop off the oil filter. There's a bunch of YouTube videos out there, and this has got to be the easiest oil change ever. Also, speaking of convenience, the rear tire is a single-sided swing arm. Pretty much all you gotta do is loosen that nut and the tire comes off. It doesn't even make contact with the chain. I don't know how they engineered this bike, but they made it work. It's a very quick rear tire swap, so it's super convenient. I haven't changed the tires yet. I still got a lot of tread wear. I ride pretty conservatively, but that's another plus to owning this bike. Really easy. The Italians made it super easy, simple. Italians and the Germans. Next thing I want to go over is the electronics on this bike. or top of the line. This has a 6-axis IMU. It's got ABS, front and rear, traction control, wheelie control, slide control, launch control, and a whole slew of other electronics to keep you upright and safe while you deliver performance down onto the tarmac. Next thing I want to go over is looks, and by all means this is in no particular order, so I'm just going down the line of what I think are all the awesome perks and features of this bike. Right? Next thing is looks. It's drop dead one of the most beautiful motorcycles I've ever seen in my life, and people take note. Even people who don't even ride will notice your not your bicycle, your motorcycle. It's safe to say it's pretty much equivalent to a supercar, Lamborghini, Ferrari. You're entering into that top tier category in terms of ownership. Next thing I want to go over, the quick shifter. One of the best quick shifters out of the box I've ever had the opportunity of feeling. It is so smooth when you get on it. The engine, the quick shifter, everything just, it's butter, man. It's amazing how everything is so balanced. Quick shifter, auto blipper, one of the smoothest out of the box. You don't need to get an aftermarket, in my opinion. Also, next thing I do want to go over is handling and stability. Granted that this bike is not as flickable as the Aprilias, the RSV4s, however it feels so planted. At high speeds, low speeds, it's a very easy bike to ride, even for beginners. Super planted, man. It's just confidence inspiring. The power is obviously there. This has 1103 cc's, 214 bhp out of the box, and the power band builds up and it just slams you in your face and you're freaking out, you're gone. Gone. So be careful if this is your first bike. Definitely put this on the low power mode. Well, the settings are going to give you full power, but the power delivery is going to vary depending on your rider mode for this particular bike. So go easy on it if you do decide to get this bike and it's your first liter. But it is possible, man. Definitely highly recommend this for a liter bike. Outstanding motorcycle. The looks are there, the power, electronics, quick shifter, up and down, the auto blippers, outstanding, easy to ride. The pricing may be a little bit more premium, but hey, everybody's gonna, you're breaking necks. This is one of the best looking motorbikes in the world. One of the best in the world, in my opinion. One of the quickest as well, out of the box. Goes straight line and around the track. It's a do it all. Watch the reviews and you'll know what I'm talking about. Stability is there, you know. It's awesome, man. Highly recommend. Easy to maintain. It's not a nightmare. It starts up just fine. I had no issues, absolutely no issues with this bike in my 2 months, 4,000 miles of ownership. Granted, those aren't a lot of miles yet, but there is warranty, you know. Ducati comes with a 3-year warranty from what I know, what the dealer told me. Could be wrong, don't quote me on that. But they have another 2-year program you can pay, which brings the warranty to 5 years, so you have no headaches, no issues. And that this time around, the modern era, Ducati's announced that they will be producing electric bikes, so that's the way of the future is electric bikes, and they'll be badass to still own one of these Desmos Adichie engines. I'll do a quick pull real quick. It's insane, man. The power is insane, but it's controllable. It's not stupid. Thanks to the electronics, you get all the power down onto the ground at the twist of a throttle. So, definitely if you're considering, highly recommend. Definitely shop around. I got this bike below MSRP. Out the door was $26,000 even for me. You just got to shop around, and it's all about timing, man. Most of these dealerships will add markup. Don't fall for it. Wait. Shop around. Do your research. Keep your options open. You'll find a good deal. I guarantee you that. This bike retails $28,695. I got it below MSRP. If I could do it, you could. So, yeah, man. Hopefully one day you guys will be owning one of these. Badass bike. Oh, last before I go, just be aware of the exhaust. The Akrapovic exhaust full system, $5,800 bucks, US dollars, $5,800. But don't worry, the stock exhaust sounds pretty badass. So, and it looks good. It looks super flush with the bike. Anyways, that's all I got, folks. Thanks for tuning in, man. Smash that like, hit that subscribe button. Be posting more content to you guys. I do genuinely love doing this thing. It's not work for me. It's my passion. So thanks again. I'll see you guys on the next one.